They called it the Bellmore House, a forgotten home tucked between forest and fog on the edge of town. No one lived there. No one dared. Until someone did. In 1998, a woman named Anna Ryland moved into Bellmore House. Newly divorced, no kids, and looking for a fresh start. She was a historian, actually specialized in obscure properties and folk legends. The Bellmore House, she thought, would make a perfect subject for a book. It was isolated, creepy, cheap, and cursed. The holy trinity of horror. From day one, Anna noticed the house, noticed her back. Doors she'd closed would be open. Lights flickered even after the wiring was replaced. Whispers from the second floor when no one was there. She brushed it off as stress. New place, new energy. Nothing to worry about. She kept a journal. As part of her writing process, she documented everything she experienced in the house. Day 1, the place creaks like it's trying to speak. Day 3, heard laughter upstairs. A child's voice. I live alone. Day 6, found a red handprint on the mirror. Too high for me to reach. Still, she stayed. The book was coming along, and she was fascinated. Bellmore had been built in 1897, but no one had stayed longer than a year. Every resident either disappeared or went mad. Anna wasn't scared. She was curious. That was her first mistake. One night, around 2:45 a.m., she was woken up by a strange sound, like a typewriter. But she didn't own one. She followed the noise to the study. There it was. An old Underwood typewriter, sitting on the desk. Dusty. Rusted. Typing by itself. You're not the first. You won't be the last. The key stopped. She ran. She told herself she imagined it. Maybe she sleepwalked. Maybe she typed it herself and forgot. But that night, something new appeared in the journal. Something she didn't write. He's in the walls. Her handwriting, but not quite. A jagged version of it. Almost like a shadow of her own words. She threw the journal away. The next morning, it was back on her nightstand. Same page. Same message. New edition underneath. He knows you now. Anna tried to leave. Packed a bag. Got in her car. Turned the key. Nothing. Dead battery. She called a mechanic. They said they'd be there in an hour. She waited outside. Refused to go back in. While sitting on the porch, she heard footsteps inside the house. Heavy, slow. Then a man's voice, deep and ragged. Don't run. She bolted. Ran to her neighbor's house, half a mile away. She banged on the door until someone answered. The old woman who lived there, Mrs. Loring, pulled her inside, trembling. You were in that house? She asked. Anna nodded. What is that place? What's happening to me? Mrs. Loring told her about the original owner, Charles Bellmore. A preacher with a twisted sense of salvation. He believed in cleansing the soul through fear. Said he could burn away sin by making people face their worst memories. He built the house like a maze of trauma. But Bellmore didn't just scare people, he broke them. People would go into his sessions and come out different, hollow. And when his crimes were discovered, he locked himself in the attic and set the house on fire. But it didn't burn. Not a single scorchboard. They found Bellmore's body, yes. Charred and twisted, but smiling. And the house? It stood untouched. Ever since, it's drawn in the wounded, the grieving, the broken, and it feeds on them. Anna tried to stay with Mrs. Loring for the night, but something called her back. She dreamed of the house whispering her name. She saw her father, dead 10 years, standing in the doorway, saying, Come home, Anna. She woke up in her car, parked in front of the house. She had no memory of driving there. The front door was wide open. Inside, it was different, bigger, like the walls had shifted while she was gone. She stepped inside and heard music, a record playing in the living room, a voice she recognized, her own, reading her journal out loud. And then, her father's voice. Anna, I'm waiting upstairs. She climbed the steps, drawn in like a moth. Each room she passed showed pieces of her life. Her worst moments. Her divorce. Her miscarriage. Her father's death. Her own suicide attempt from years ago. They weren't memories. They were happening. In real time. She screamed, slammed the door shut. When she reached the attic, it was cold. Empty. Except, there was a mirror. Huge. Black-framed. And in it, a version of herself, smiling wide, mouth stretching impossibly. The reflection whispered, I can help you forget. Just let me in. Anna took a step forward. Her reflection mimicked her every move, except for one detail. It held a knife. The attic door slammed shut behind her, Neighbors reported hearing screams that night. No one went to investigate. When police finally entered the house, they found it empty. No signs of a struggle. No blood. Just a single journal sitting in the attic. The last entry. The house remembers. Now, so do I. Anna was never seen again. But that's not the end. You see, 6 months later, a new tenant moved into Bellmore House. Young man, early 30s, writer, said he was working on a book about haunted places. Just like Anna, the journal was still there, waiting on the nightstand. His first entry? He's in the walls. Some houses don't just haunt. They watch. They remember. They grow. And when the right person walks through the door, they bloom. The Bellmore House isn't empty. It's just waiting. And if you ever hear typing in the night, or find words in your own handwriting that you didn't write, maybe the house has found you too. If you enjoyed this tale, subscribe to Darkest Echoes, where nightmares echo back. Until next time, don't listen too closely. Some voices weren't meant to be heard.